Hey, everybody out there in, podcast and Facebook land.
Right. Whoop, whoop.
We are Facebook Live. Welcome to F5 Recovery Podcast.
On F5 Live.
We got two new sponsors.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you about it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Let's shout them out.
Let me pull up my...
My handy dandy phone.
I'm under pressure. Back to Construction, BAK.
Okay.
Back to Construction. And the Barney Pub and Eatery.
Ooh.
Barney,
not the
other one.
Barney.
I like it. Where's that at?
It's a pub. No, one of our donors owns both those businesses, and he's been donating to us for a while. And he reached out and asked me to sponsor him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So now we have the Ridge Treatment and Reentry Center, F5
You say that.
Podcast.
So smooth.
That's our new podcast name. We're the F5 Podcast.
Broadcast.
F5 Project, Ridge Treatment and Reentry Center, Back to Construction, Barney Pub and
Eatery.
Eatery. Heat Transfer Warehouse, shirts from Fargo.
Bear.
GoAwayBear.com. Those
Thank
are
you,
our
Scott.
Unforgettable.
thank you to all our sponsors for making our podcast awesome.
Do they send samples?
Yeah, you don't remember when I got a bear spray?
No.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh.
He came and paid for his sponsorship, and then gave me some bear spray.
For your camping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for my camp.
For the front desk.
No, we
Yeah,
love
that's
everyone
our
who
dating,
comes
Yeah.
to F5, Scott.
Well, if a bear comes there, we want to be prepared.
You never know.
Could walk in.
I've seen those videos where like a moose or a bear shows up in town. People lose their minds.
Yeah.
Have bear
This is like, did you know bears are real?
I thought they were in a zoo.
Do you see why he's such a pain in my ass?
I think you love me.
I did. Yeah,
Deep.
Deep
Real
down.
deep, yeah.
Way down there.
Way
somewhere.
down
It's like suppressed.
People like our banter is what they tell me.
Yeah.
Right, Ricky?
You ever seen
Yeah,
that?
it is
What's
funny.
that show Inside Out or whatever with all
Oh,
the emotions
yeah, I
and
love
stuff?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Scott's that little.
Excitement motion.
I think you're the red guy.
I think, woo!
Oh.
Did you drink all our coffee this morning?
I think I've had about my third pot.
Gosh.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
He answered for me.
Yeah.
Straight up.
What color is that one?
Super colors.
Super clear, my favorite.
Is it purple?
No.
What is the excitement? Green?
Yes. Yes, excitement is green.
Yeah.
I thought that was the worried one.
No, isn't
The
the
green
green
one is the.
Isn't the word blue? No, blue's in it.
Blue sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red's angry.
Uh-huh.
I like that guy.
Which one's anxious? Because I ain't that one.
That's orange.
I think so.
I don't know. Anyway,
My daughters
moving
are,
on.
we're going to go to it.
I want to see
2.
that new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one?
Inside Out 2.
It's great.
Is it? Yeah. I want to see it.
It's wonderful. I saw it yesterday.
Did you go alone or take your kid?
Oh, I was fun.
You went alone to
You need
Inside
a
Out
call?
2? Did you cry?
I could have.
You know what it's not Inside. I have not seen it Inside Out 2, but I've seen Inside Out 1
Personal.
and Bing Bong
Oh God.
with the radio flyer.
Rough.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I do anytime I watch because my kids love that movie, so they watch it a lot or whatever, and then every time I walk in and it seems to be on that scene. Every time I walk in and I just stop and I just start crying like a little baby.
Then your kids are
I was like, he jumped off.
You know what's going to happen, but you still cry.
The big part for me is that he keeps like encouraging her to go or whatever, like you did it or whatever. And he did. Oh, I'm getting emotional thinking about it.
I know, it's totally, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And your kids look at you and they're like, don't you get the deeper meaning? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I've given up so much for you. And they're just like, I don't care.
Just a radio flyer.
I know.
wagon.
It's a stuffed thing. I know. Anyway.
Angel said that green is disgust.
Discuss. Which one is excitement?
Is she saying it's disgusting, or is that?
I think
I thought the green was
green
worried.
is disgust. It's like broccoli. She hates her broccoli, and then the green shows up.
Oh, that's right.
so. Which one's excitement? Ask which one's excitement.
Yeah, we're taking a poll.
Anyway, yeah.
I think it's joy. Joy is the excited one, the yellow one,
The other one.
Oh,
but she's joy.
I want to
Well,
be
that's
excited.
kind of-
We're gonna add one to the 3.
Excitement. We're that ADD in there.
I hope like they have one where it's just like the bad, like the
That's-
bad
naughty.
decision maker, the naughty
Yeah.
one. Do they have that?
That'd be black.
Leather jacket.
Wow.
Well, the color
That's what
black.
said-
Oh, he's digging. Oh, he's
You
turning
know what
red.
I meant.
He's turning red. Oh,
Ricky, you know what I meant.
I know what you meant. Why you
Okay.
guys ask Ricky?
Because I can.
Oh, it's your turn, Doug.
Excitement. Woo!
Foot in mouth. Yeah.
Insert foot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ricky.
Anyways, Ricky, what's the topic today?
Inside
Well,
out too.
Yeah, well, with having 4th of July tomorrow, that'd be really good for us to kind of just talk about having fun while being sober. Trying to just encourage people that you can have fun holidays, can spend time and do awesome things, but how do you stay sober while having fun?
The big drinking ones are hard for people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually because you kind of have to, like, it's an obligation to be with family, but people shouldn't have to not drink around you because you're sober. That always makes it more weird, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you say, I don't drink, and then they have 8,000 reasons why they're drinking.
Right.
I'm like, I don't care, still don't care.
Right.
Just you go ahead and do your thing.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But alcohol and fireworks add
Not
to
good.
like
Right.
little less fingers. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah. It's not good.
When we were in Jacksonville, we drove by this truck, and it was a construction truck. And this is totally a side note, but it was called 9 Figures Left Construction. It was awesome. It was awesome, and said they're from Dothan, Alabama. I'm just kidding about that.
Did you see his look? He's like, oh, that's my uncle.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, so this is the 4th of July is a tough weekend for me because my sobriety date is this Sunday, it's the 7th.
7-7.
So I was like, this weekend was like 3 days of constant
mhm.
11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of when it kind of hit the fan for me. So it's always, and even, I don't know if you guys go through this, but like the week before, a couple weeks before my sobriety birthday, I get kind of, I don't even call it giddy or goofy or, kind of
Yeah.
off, almost like,
Again,
is this thing real?
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like, there's a different emotion that comes with it.
Mhm.
And it's like, I always think about back to that weekend of just constant, it was 3 days straight of just
Yeah.
hardcore drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when I finally hit that spot, and it's just like, I just need to get through it.
Right.
I mean, it's not, I don't have any like desire to drink or anything. It's just an emotional.
Mhm.
One of my friends, Karis, she always talked about emotional hangovers. You know, like after a holiday, after
Yeah.
stuff, you know, that you just like, it's not like the hangover you had drinking, but it was similar
Yeah.
in context as far as emotionally, you just kind of, you're like hungover. There's just that feel that comes with it. So I've always listened to that part of it, to identify that and recognize it.
Yeah.
So
It's so hard to watch people have fun
Yeah.
and get a little goofy and laugh.
Yep.
I want to be goofy. I want to laugh.
You were saying?
Well, I was going to ask, look, Scott, obviously, so, 11 years ago, have you noticed, is every year kind of the same feeling? Does it get better some years? Or is it worse some years? Have you noticed, like, of the track, right, around this time?
yeah, I think it's gotten better. Like last year was when I did my tenure. I took all my daughters and their boyfriends and Carrie's sons and Carrie, of course. We went to Colorado, and it was more. There was so much going on
Mm-hmm.
that I just remember afterwards, like, oh shit, I didn't even have those feelings.
Mm.
You know, this year it's been pretty good, but there's been a couple days where I'm like, it starts affecting me, and I start thinking of it putting more thought into it.
Right.
But overall, I think it gets better every year.
Affecting you like you miss it or what?
No, not miss it. Just like and that's what I'm saying. I can't explain that
Yeah,
feeling it is. It's just that kind of I get in my gut like, is this real?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of almost like I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. It's and that's what I think that's what makes it so difficult is I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I can tell when I'm pissed or excited or happy but it's not anything that I can really put my finger on because nothing's happening that's causing it to be worse or better or anything like that. It's just different. So then I'm like, what the hell is this? What's going on with it? Yeah. And I think it's my internal thinking, just like, you don't deserve this. Your relationships with your kids, all the things you've gotten since you've gotten sober. I don't know if you really deserve these.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it is just that self-doubt. You start creating some of those things in your head. And so I think it's just it's a process. So, but once I'm through it, it's good,
Right.
And I have a good time, and that's the other part of it. I remember I was golfing, and I was like out at Maple River, and there's another friend of ours was golfing on another hole, and I was like, woo, I was doing shit like that, just getting loud. And he calls our other friend, our mutual friend, and I think I told you this story. He calls me and goes, hey, how's college doing? I was like, good, I think. I just saw him yesterday. He goes, I think he's drinking. Yeah. Because it's automatic that's where people go, like if we're actually, we're supposed to be like, blah, 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 life sucks. Yeah. And never gonna, and I think, we talk about that, and, they talk about that glum, if we're not a glum line. Because if we were like that, why the hell would you want to be sober, right? And I think that's what I think when you're a newcomer, that's your idea is that there's no way I'm going to have any fun. Mm-hmm. There's no way that I can have any fun without me having some booze in me, that social lubricant that I call it.
Right.
So I think that's why it's important for those people to be around, like I know the clubhouse does some stuff on the holidays, like they have a thing going for food this on the 4th, So I think it's important that they're around other people that have been in recovery for a while to see that, you don't have to live like that. It's not a boring time.
I think you're bored when you don't make connections. Like if you're not enjoying your recovery, connect with more people. You're not with the right people, or you're not, you know what I mean? Like, because you just learn I think there's something unique about people in recovery. Like, I don't know if we've already seen the worst of the worst, so it's easier to not take life so seriously or enjoy it more, or maybe be more outspoken about just how inappropriate, and fun that should be. But you know what I mean? Or just like, none of us get out of this alive, so just enjoy every day. Who cares? Who are you being all vanilla for? It's boring. You know what I mean? It's boring. And I try and tell my kids, like, listen, even my closest friends, the people I have the most fun with, I don't know what they do every day. I don't even know what their job is. I don't care. They're just not dicks. They're fun. Right. I really love spending time with them. So all of the labels that you're chasing, all of that stuff, it really doesn't matter. Have enough to be happy, enjoy your friends, and don't be a dick. It's just such a big deal to enjoy, like, laugh every day, have fun. You know what I mean? Right. I just reposted this, like 2 years ago. I gave Matt dissolving swim shorts for Father's Day, and then I had him wear them on the 4th of July with like 20 people on the boat, It was just hilarious. And he jumps in the water. It was really fun. Jumps in the water, and he said the back of his shorts ripped, and he's like, I'm getting fat. And then he goes, all of a sudden I'm swimming and my pocket floated by me. And I thought, what the hell is going on? And he gets on the boat, he's like, they're just falling apart. And then after a while he looks at me and he goes, this was intentional.
That's hilarious.
So he's a good sport. But yes, I mean, it's important to enjoy this, or it's going to be a long.
So they all came off?
the elastic waistband stayed on.
So he just out there?
No, he got on the boat, and luckily the mesh part was still on, covering anything important. And Matt thought it was still attached to the elastic, but it was just stuck in his butt crack. So thank God it was stuck there. But yeah, the whole thing fell apart. They're pretty awesome. They're on Amazon if you want them.
Wow.
I mean, I always, every time we go out of town, I have to borrow shorts from Scott.
Oh God. Oh,
He does.
oh, Amazon.
That would be funny.
Well, now I know.
Well, do you? You'll forget.
You will forget.
Like, these don't look like something
Hey, these
Scott
are
would wear.
these are Lululemons.
And they look, yeah, they totally look
Puts a
legit.
name
It's
brand
so
on it.
awesome. Anyway, stuff like that, just to have a good time, and yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. So like, but how do you? So I think outside of so for some people, like they don't like to do the camp out, so they don't like to
Mhm.
kind of do a lot of those things. Have you found ways when you're around your family to be able to be like? I mean, usually, hopefully, your family knows that you're
Mhm.
sober, but have you found ways to like be with family, see them do their thing, but knowing that you're not going to partake and not like.
Mhm.
I don't know, because I've talked about it before. Because like I'll just leave. I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I just like Irish goodbye.
yeah,
Or whatever that's called. Like I just like go. Like
Yeah.
Like pack up the stuff. Like Josh, you got it. And like all right, I'm gonna just take off. But that's a lot harder. Like when we like go to the lake or
Yeah.
like, you know, because it's like I don't have anywhere else to go or like we have all of our stuff here and it's kind of just difficult to just.
and it sucks to have to
So,
do that because you want to be
yeah.
a part of what's going on and not be resentful and not,
Right.
you know what I mean. But I think initially, early in recovery, I always brought somebody with that was sober. Just because I didn't want anybody to have to change their behavior because of me.
Yeah.
I don't ever, it's so much pressure if you go somewhere and they're like, well, we're not drinking because you don't drink. Like, don't
Yeah.
do that for me. Like, I need to be around people just, this is my choice. There's
Right.
going to be alcohol and drugs all, you know, in my life. Anyway, but so initially I would take somebody else that was sober.
Mhm.
Or I'd have a limited amount of time and then I'd go to a meeting. I'd have a plan, you know.
Right.
And now I think it's just, I don't know, it's just different. I guess because my husband's in recovery, so it's not like
Right.
I'm there alone ever. But yeah, we have a good time. And when people start to get stupid and annoying, we just go to bed, you know. And I don't feel like I'm missing anything
Mhm.
because does not look fun anymore at all, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's like even if we have a family reunion coming up in the end of July.
Mhm.
You know, there's gonna be a lot of drink. A lot of my nephews are similar to my age, you know, nieces, and they have a good time. You know, and, you know, one of the things, and I've got a couple of them that are now in recovery.
Hmm.
You know, I remember the first year he was there, one of my nephews, and it was a wedding. He's like, I don't know. I said, you just need to plan. I said, when shit gets hot, you just need to step out, give yourself an exit. You know, make sure you're connecting with me or my other. I've got a couple other siblings that are in recovery. Or one, but one of the things that was told to me early on is there's nothing wrong with alcohol as long as I don't put it in my body.
Right.
You know, and if I can have that attitude with people, that it's their choice. I shouldn't be jealous of them.
Right.
You know, and I think that's early on. My first time in recovery, when I was sober 4.5 years, I was resentful as hell. I hated people that could drink normal. You know, or that were drinking around me. I mean, I became just a dick. You know, it was almost like no fun to be around.
You're not?
He's
Are you
gone.
still in that first 4 years?
Nark, nark, nark.
It'll be 11, right? It'll be
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, the excitement.
That's who I am.
Yeah.
It's hard not to be jealous, though. It is hard because you think that alcohol does for them what it
Used to
does
do
for
for
me, and it's not true. That's why people leave half a drink on a table, which is asinine.
It's alcohol abuse.
Yeah, I can't watch it, but it, you know, stuff like that. It just doesn't have the same effect. And luckily, my family, my husband's family, they're a riot sober. You know what I mean? We have the best time, and yeah. So really, I have it pretty easy. I don't go anywhere where it's like everybody's blah until they get a few shots in them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
I
anyway.
think that's a
It doesn't really bother me being around, not anymore anyways, until they're getting drunk.
right.
Like when people get drunk, because that's why I drank, was to
Yeah.
get drunk. So
Yeah.
now that they're drunk, I'm like, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, and I do the same thing. I just leave. I don't even really say bye to anybody
Mhm.
or whatever. I just kind of like, oh, I gotta take a piss or something, and I just exit.
Yeah.
You know? That seems to be the best because then you don't have to explain
Yeah,
yourself. You know?
exactly. Don't
But
make it
usually,
about you.
like people who are close to me know ahead of time that if I get uncomfortable, I'm just gonna jet.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
gonna really say anything. You know, so they're pretty cool about it.
Yeah, and I think there's, like, I went to a retirement party for one of the POs, and I just told him up front. I said, "Hey, if things get a little dicey, I'm just gonna jet." He's like, and he totally understood it. And one of the funny story was, one of them came up to tell me, they told me the same story for the third time. And that's when I looked at him. I said, "It's time for me to go. I've heard this story 3 times." He starts laughing, but it's true. I did the same thing. He was like, "Yeah, I told you about it." And they're like, "You already told us that story, Scott."
Yeah.
And so I think that's part of what Adam's saying too, is that when people start getting to that spot, that's when I have to step out of it because then I get uncomfortable.
And we romanticize. I mean,
Right,
we don't
yeah.
play the tape all the way through. Like, I don't play the tape like, oh, and then I'm stupid drunk and like naked on the Sinclair dinosaur and all of the dumb things that come with that. Now, you know what I mean? I just play it to this is super fun and I'm going to be fun and whatever.
Dude, females got some like if they drink like drink or whatever, they got some crazy stories.
Yes.
Passed out on a sink, while after I stole a car from my boyfriend who happened to be law enforcement or something, some just weird.
Wild story. Naked on a Sinclair.
It's always
Oh, I
involved
made
something
that
like
up.
Oh, that never happened?
Well, maybe.
she doesn't know.
No, I
was
do remember
told it
that.
happened.
That did happen.
She waits
yeah.
for the text messages.
No, that was before cell phones. Thank
Oh.
you, God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God. Oh, that'd be
That
awesome.
would have been horrible to be
Yeah. Ugh.
blackout drunk with Facebook and
Yeah.
Ish.
Snapchat.
I think
and
it's
shit.
funny that people were all worried about like social media, like people posting pictures.
Yeah.
Of them. I was just worried about the government. I was like,
You went to the
they're
parallel
watching
park.
us right now. I mean, I'll be like talking about what was I talking about the other day about those window scrubbers that are magnetic or whatever because I live on the
yeah.
second floor, and I was like, man, that'd be pretty cool to buy. And then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, Facebook's marketing magnetic scrubbers for windows to me. I was like,
I think it's kind of handy.
they are
that the government
always
listens.
Mm.
listening.
They are listening.
Yeah.
I agree.
Sometimes you get a good sale if they're listening.
I'm not pissy about it. I'm just like, because like all I have to do is like go on Facebook now, and now I know what I'm supposed to buy because they monitor
I
everything.
need milk. Remember milk. Yeah.
And so now I'm like, oh, well, I wonder if they're selling this data to other third parties, not just third party marketers.
To do what?
Watch us.
Do what?
China.
I mean, if I'm being watched,
I mean,
That's
I'm
a
not
slow
doing
day for the
anything
government.
wrong. I'm just saying that, like, that's. Are you guys not scared? Like,
It's invasion of privacy.
am I the only libertarian here?
No, you're not. It's,
hold on, I gotta
You're
Google
definitely
that.
libertarian.
But I don't like when people don't
Watch
watch
it.
videos.
Yeah.
Or watching it. It's
Who's
like
watching?
you said.
Who's watching the Watchers?
Ooh.
Movie.
Yes, Enemy of the State.
Hmm.
Will Smith.
I don't know. That's all too much for me. I just like pranks and stuff. I just like jokes.
Yeah, that kind of good.
Yeah. Now let's just tell jokes and forget about everything that we just talked about.
Everything
All right.
Adam is
All right.
concerned with, we're just gonna just throw it under the rug.
Let's just forget about the debate, guys.
Like,
Oh,
Don't
fine.
break that up.
He's
Yeah.
fine.
He's just fine. He's good from 10 to 4. Just catch him at the right times.
Oh man.
yeah, let's stay out of that.
Yeah,
realm.
Oh.
That's not
Yeah,
fun.
we're not
Let's talk
Recovery.
about Jesus.
Uh,
Anyway.
this is the fun we're
Okay,
talking about
yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
4th of July, guys.
Yes.
Let's get back.
Our Independence Day.
Do you guys do fireworks?
I have the last couple of years. I went and splurged on fireworks, but
Those are spendy.
they are
Yeah.
they can be. But it's cool like when you buy them and then you shoot them, but then it's not after because then you have to clean it up.
Yeah.
Last year, baby right after a firework went off, she ran up to it to grab it, and it was still on fire,
Of course.
or whatever, and it got her pretty good.
Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I
I
yelled at her.
hate fireworks.
I was like,
Yeah.
as she was running up to it, I'm like, baby, no!
Too fast.
And then she looked at me like, how dare
Yeah.
you? Why would you burn me?
You monster!
This happened to me.
Yeah, I tried to tell you.
I just watched the fireworks from the free show.
Mm-hmm.
The free show?
Shit. All the free. Well, now I see Moorhead
People
took it
blow
away.
their own money, yeah.
Moorhead's not doing it anymore?
But this first year, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Why?
Too much money. Cost the city, I forgot.
It's like 25 grand.
Mm-hmm.
That's a ridiculous.
Because there's a big one out in the lakes too. That
Mm-hmm.
we always would go. You know, you could. It's over by Wildflower Golf Course, and they had a big field out there, and they would. It's off of Pelican.
Oh yeah.
But they would. It was huge, and they had a fund. You know that people would just donate. It was on an average $20,000 to $30,000
And we can't shoot them in Fargo either.
Mm-mm.
legally.
That's what they say.
Legally.
Good cop.
Allegedly.
He's trying to get me to say something.
Exactly. I was like, yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do
It's
it.
like a super expensive date, and then the fireworks are done in seconds. It's awful. All that money, nothing. Wow.
We're still talking about.
Fireworks.
We are fireworks. Yes, fireworks.
Talking about the old drinking days.
My husband's family, they have potato guns, and they shoot potato guns. My husband just made like this 10-foot long barrel. He wants to shoot a softball out of it, you know, like,
That
anyway.
could kill somebody.
Oh, I know. That's just the fun
Yeah.
they have. Yep. Wow. I know.
Matt, it's on record.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will be charged.
I mean, it's kind of impressive, you
Felon in
know.
possession of a firearm.
You'll shoot it into the lake.
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe that's.
It's not like they hide and try and shoot each other. It's just like an experiment.
We used to do that with BB guns.
We used to do it with Roman candles.
Oh yeah, those are a big
Those were
deal.
fun. You get like 10 shots and you just shoot them.
You guys lived a very different life.
What did you guys do for the 4th?
Not that.
You didn't shoot Roman candles at each other?
No.
I thought every
Well,
kid did that.
we had Mexico, so my uncles would all go down to like Tijuana and get like all like
Donkeys.
No.
Oh, that's not real. Okay, maybe it is. It's really funny.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I
what
can't-
yeah, the early 2000s were a different time. But anyways,
the donkeys were different.
90s, yeah.
yeah, so they would go down like Tijuana, and just because of course you can get like basically sticks of dynamite. It's like M80s, where I think we're like an eighth of a dynamite stick of dynamite. And so they would,
Those aren't like pretty fireworks. They
no.
just blow
We're just
shit up.
literally that's what we did.
So what'd you blow up?
Anything and everything we could. So like it always got elevated. So at first it used to be like just plastic bottles, then it was Gatorade bottles, and then we were getting, which wasn't smart at the time, but we got the styrofoam coolers and just like packed it full, and yeah, that caught on fire. That was a pretty. I mean, it was cool, like, but then like all the white stuff just kind of flew everywhere.
So your uncles, they let you do it? The kids?
Mm.
Your uncles did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So there's somebody in.
Yeah, it was an
Look
adult.
at you being.
Everybody has their fingers?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know because I was like,
Where was the supervision?
Yeah.
can I get your uncle's names, please?
Yeah, they would let us. They would let us, shoot off all like the regular fireworks,
Just-
like the.
The sparklers.
Yeah, we get sparklers and all that other stuff. Like, we never got to like do the cool stuff until you turned 12, and then like that was like
That was
when
the.
you became man. You got to light the first image.
Oh, John also said, who owns this podcast station,
Mm-hmm.
said that don't forget we shoot guns all night in Cali.
That's
Oh.
I was gonna say it earlier, but then I was like, man, people are gonna bust my balls if I say, because you're like, what do you got? What? I was like, oh yeah, because you guys shoot guns, and then Ricky would have been like, what do you mean, you guys? I would have been like, California.
yeah.
People from California.
Just on the 4th, or they just shoot guns all the time?
I mean,
Is that the thing?
you shoot guns all the time.
Up into the air?
In the air,
Those
at
bullets
people.
have to go
At
somewhere.
each
Yeah.
other.
Do they not come down and hit something?
People.
Somebody's dog is dead.
Bullets?
Yeah.
They're not shooting them in the air.
What are they shooting?
Yeah.
At each other?
What?
Yeah.
Not for
Because
fun.
the 4th of July.
On the
I'm
4th of
lost.
July or ever? Always?
They shoot.
shoot in the air.
Why are you dumbfounded by this?
I just never thought of it that way.
Just shoot
There's-
something in the air.
Well, yeah. Why would you? What a waste of bullets.
Just to show you're manly, I guess.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Like the old westerns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They need their
Or
attention.
like the actual 4th of July of Independence Day, like where they were shooting guns. They didn't have fireworks. Did they?
I wasn't
Yeah.
around for
Yeah.
it. Thanks.
Paul Revere's just galloping with his like
1776.
Roman
That was
candles.
12.
You were alive then.
Interesting.
I've aged well.
Yeah.
Have
Did you
you?
ever wonder where those bullets go? Anybody wonder?
Yeah. But then,
All right.
but that's the
I
problem,
didn't
like,
apparently because I didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
yeah. But you don't know. What, I mean, that's the hard part. Like, it's like, well,
Well, they don't come down as fast as they went up.
They would. Well,
Is that science?
I don't know. I'll have to ask my kid. He's a physics major.
I feel like it would go down faster.
I would think it'd be the same speed.
Maybe.
Don said it was so bad they couldn't stop it, so they started asking us to shoot to the ground because bullets do come down and hit stuff in people.
See? See?
Wow,
Yeah.
look at you.
Yeah, I know.
You're a genius.
Well,
You're a genius.
thank you. Thank you. Just ask me the stuff I know, and then I'll.
God, that would suck. You're just walking along.
Bam! Drop you.
You didn't even do anything.
Yeah, it's like those videos where a car like all of a sudden like shows up inside a store.
Yeah.
You know,
Before
just mind your own business.
sitting in a hairdresser, getting your hair done. Bam! There it is.
Thank God I'm in recovery.
I'm safe.
I was
We're
literally
doing
trying to
this
think, how do I
recovery.
turn this back around?
Yeah,
exactly. I got
Thank
you. I got
There
you.
go. You know.
Went to this
Yeah.
recovery picnic and
Yeah.
a bullet dropped out of the sky.
And then a car drove up and knocked everybody over in the picnic.
Yeah.
Potato salad was wrecked.
Who in the burger?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh gosh. So this is an example of recovery and
Yeah.
having fun in
Going
recovery.
sideways.
Yeah, it's a lot of this.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what the hell they're saying. It's just everybody laughs.
That's right.
You're really a
But it
dumbass.
really is. It
Do you
does
have
go back
any
to the
crazy
connection.
stories from 4th of July?
Do you remember?
Well, I did tell them.
I was always locked up over the 4th of July. So
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, we
I don't remember.
we had a lot of. I did have my nephew got. They were shooting the bottle rockets off, and he had a whole stack of them in his shorts, like in his pocket. And one of the bottle rockets that one of the other kids we used to go up to Lake Minnegotia with him ended up in his pocket, and they all went off.
Jeez.
And he went running, jumped in the lake, and he had a huge burn. I mean, he was in tough shape, and it just burnt the shit out of his leg. But I do remember. Do you guys remember this on the 4th of July in Fargo here, when that guy was out on the street and he ended up
Oh
using,
yeah.
like actual dynamite,
Yeah.
and he blew his head off.
Yeah.
That was wild.
This
You
got
remember that?
dark. No, I don't remember that.
I was talking about like a crazy
Yeah,
camping
like,
story.
oh.
But-
Anything fun?
Holy
Well, okay.
Well, I'm guessing there was drinking probably involved.
Yeah, I meant like you personally, but
No, that's pretty. I wasn't I'm not a big fireworks guy.
yeah.
Never have been. My kids, I bought the small stuff, and when I was still married, my brother-in-law, he'd buy like $1,000 worth of stuff, and the kids were excited about it. But my girls even were like, they were stand backish, like they didn't want to light them off. They just
Smart.
wanted to-
Yeah.
So, and I was the same way. I'm just like, this does not. And the mosquitoes, that's a
Yeah,
crazy.
that's awful.
They're freaking horrible when you're trying to light that shit, and you're just like, and then you light your hair on fire.
One of
That
the
happened.
fireworks always tips over. One of them always
Always tips over. And
Yeah.
it's right when
Yeah.
the other one's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, who's gonna go fix that one? Not me.
My husband last year thought up this. He said, I'm going to put steel wool on the end of a chain, light it on fire, and swing it in a circle. That was the thing. It did look kind of cool till it hit him in the head. Then it was like, yeah, and then that's
That was amazing.
yeah. And I actually have a picture of the second it hit him in the head, so it was pretty good. Yeah,
Did it leave a pretty good mark?
I didn't look.
Oh,
I was more worried about the picture.
I gotta get a good
He was
picture.
fine. He was fine.
always.
It's just like a still wool like ball, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
what-
only dudes think of this thing, or that's what I think anyway. But
That's true.
yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Do you have any, Ricky?
So one year, this is probably like one of my like favorite, like 4th of July years. So, because in Pasadena where we grew up, you weren't allowed to have, because of course there's literally trees everywhere. And so we would always like start with like the baby, like the fireworks just always got progressively bigger. And,
Yeah.
you know, because that's what I do. You always have the grand finale. So by this point, like our entire block had come out. And so we had figured out like, okay, the year prior was the styrofoam cooler. Which was like, all right, that was a mistake. So then this year we were like, okay, we're gonna like have 2 people. So there was literally like my cousin Brian, my next door neighbor Drew, and like 2 other kids. We all like kind of like lined up all the fireworks, and then we were gonna like have the one in the middle. So then we were gonna like everyone like kind of took like just like light, and just light all. And then in the middle we put like all the like spark, literally everything we had. Like everything was going in this like steel trash can. Because we were like, all right, worst case, dumpster fire, literally. And that's what ended up happening. So, like, but it was cool because it was just like all these things started shooting off and just going and going and going until the middle one. And then, like, it didn't, like, go at first. And then it was like, who's gonna go? And it's like, I was like, I'll go. And I only, like, took a single step. And then it was like, boom! And it was like, oh! And I just jumped back. And I was like, you know, just, like, taking credit. I literally didn't do anything. I just was, like, gonna, like, kick it over or something. Which also would have been terrible. But
that's always the go-to plan for stuff is kick it over.
Yeah, just kick it, just get it started. And yeah, so then it just like went off. And it was just shooting everywhere. And like my mom.
Scott was never the one that walked up.
I always.
He supervised the person who walked up.
You need to kick it on the left side.
Yeah, but it was like just shooting everywhere and like it was getting in the trees. And then my next door neighbor, Lee, she was like freaking out. So she like comes up to the house like, what are you guys doing? You know, like they were pine trees. So like in theory, I don't think they would have like caught.
Oh yeah, they would.
That's what we told ourselves. It's like, oh, it's not dry enough.
Really?
In July, but yeah, but it was great. But it was a blast. It was like our own like little fireworks show.
Danger.
And then after that,
Yeah.
You know what'd be cool is to like get a ER nurse, like after the 4th, to just talk about. I bet their stories are.
All
sure.
the dumb
Wild.
things that come
Just
in.
come in, people.
Voice his fingers and
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, we should have did that. Yeah. My grandpa was like, my grandpa was missing like 3 fingers, right?
Yeah.
And like
From
when
what?
we were kids, we would like start lighting.
2 fingers and a thumb.
No, I don't know which ones it was, but he.
Thanks, Scott.
So I was like lighting a firework, and then like it didn't go off, and I like walk up to
Yeah.
it, and I do the little kick over thing, and then I like pick it up, and my grandma was like, "You need to be careful," and I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "That's how your grandfather lost his fingers," and I was like, "What? He's missing fingers?" And then he, shows me. I was like, and so I was always scared of fireworks because of that. And then another time I was out at the lake with him or whatever, and he's got a cement mixer in the back, and I was back there playing with it, and he was like, "You be careful. That's how I lost my fingers." So I was like, "Wait a minute!" Like every bad thing that I was like, or dangerous thing, it was always as how Grandpa lost his fingers. So no one knows. I don't know. I have to ask my mom how it actually really happened.
Yeah. Everything.
It was probably something like
Maybe he was born with it.
no,
Like you just didn't.
like he was a mechanic, so I imagine it was probably
got
something
stuck in
he
his-
got grinded. Yeah.
Round.
That would leave him hard.
Anyway. Did you see that video that's like, back up, Terry? When he's like, this guy is in a wheelchair and he lights a firework and then he can't back up. And he's like, Terry, back up, Terry.
Who does that?
It's so funny. Now there's t-shirts and everything.
Really?
that say back up, Terry.
That's
It's so funny anyway.
Is it on
I'm bored.
TikTok?
Yeah, somewhere out there.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna look it up.
Maybe you're bored.
Terry.
I don't know.
Terry.
Yeah.
Back up, Terry.
Is it in the picture or on the T-shirt? Is the guy in the wheelchair?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
that would be gold.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one
Anyway.
where I'm just
Squirrel.
joking?
Yes.
We try your sandwich. I'm just joking. The kids, it's a big thing on TikTok.
Oh,
It's funny.
haven't seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Check it out, man. It's pretty cool.
Oh, you're telling me to
Yeah.
check something out on social media. Okay.
How the tides have turned.
Yeah.
Scott's waiting for that one.
What's that one with the cowboy or whatever where he watches videos and then something crazy happens and then he has that one, he just says one,
Oh.
you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
There it is. Rachel just sent it.
Oh, jeez.
What?
The original video.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's hilarious. Good job, Rick.
there he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
she says put it in reverse, Terry.
Oh yeah, put it in reverse, Terry. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, this is awful. They're lighting it.
No, he's just standing there, and the kid can't even help him. He's just laughing. Oh my god!
Thank you, Rachel. Now this is recovery.
And then just goes off. And just
And then they stand there and watch him laugh. Oh my god, my eyes are watering.
Yeah. My brother showed me that. It's pretty great. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway. so
Oh,
yeah. To be
that's
back
a good way to
recovery.
get it.
Yeah.
wrap things up on.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. That was
Yeah,
really
that was
yeah.
so
Rachel. Rachel's our
She's a-
advancement manager for what is it? We're
Eastern part of the
Eastern.
state.
Yeah,
Eastern North Dakota, yeah.
kind of central, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jamestown, Devil's Lake,
yeah.
Grand Forks,
Does
Spargo.
donor development and events and all that stuff.
She's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Cool.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
appreciate your time. Thanks
Yeah.
for tuning in today. I want to thank our sponsors. Every time I say this, I'm like, back to.
That's what I was
Oh,
thought you were
yeah.
gonna say.
Back to. Yeah.
That dates you.
Okay, back to construction.
It does, I mean, really.
What?
So does
The
overtime.
Ridge Treatment and Reentry Center, F5 Project, Heat Transfer Warehouse, Shirts from Fargo, and Barney Pub and Eatery.
Did you
And John.
Did you thank H&I Nutrition?
And H&I Nutrition and Il Ego, which is formerly known as Metroflex, Il Ego Gym, John Ostos. So thank you all for sponsoring this, and then all the subscribers and the people who sent stars and comments and stuff. And so we will see you next week.
Happy 4th of July and be safe.
Yes.
Make good choices.
You can
Scott
have fun
always coming in
sober, yeah.
last.
Mhm.
No, I just want to make
Yeah,
sure you
he
put
did it
in.
again.
No, you can finish now.
No,
Tell
I'm
everybody.
Good. I'm good. That's how the cookie goddamn crumbles. Have a good day.
Have a great day.